Like really taking the opportunity to reflect back to a speaker the clarity that they have that they might not be seeing.
I was going to go a couple steps backwards because the language that was used that got her to that thinking were questions that started with, can you give me more information? Can you elaborate? And then the big one was, why are students being indicators? So that's what initially pushed her thinking. Versus questions that were more closed, which were questions that started with what and where. So these why and elaborate questions were more fruitful.
Okay. No, I wanted to go back to what we were talking about a moment ago when Shannon asked if she needed to go through the questions, because for me, I had an aha moment where I feel like I've been in that situation where I need to answer all the questions, but that's not the point of that process, and I think that's something that needs to be explicitly said. Like, this is a time where if you need to go through, if you want to go through the questions to help support yourself, then that's what you're going to do, but you don't need to answer every single question. And I think it's really hard to remember that when you're in the process, because that's not really how conversations are. Someone asks you a question, you answer it. And I think that that might also be a moment where contention might happen, because when people are answering all those questions, they can get very defensive and they think they need to defend their lesson or defend the data. That's not really the point. And so I'm thinking when we go back to our school, I think that might be something we need to explicitly address. This isn't a time for you to explain things. If you need to answer a question to help you push yourself forward, and that's productive, then that's what you need to do. It's all about you.
Can I just say something too? I'm wondering now, because like I took a lot of notes, and there are a lot of things that I can see will really refine Chan's inquiry and her instruction based on that fishbowl conversation, but I wonder if she has those. So like as people who are pushing people's thinking forward, we let the speakers say what they're thinking now, but I'm wondering, is there a way to make sure that the speaker whose inquiry it is actually has those moments where you said this is an implication for your instruction. You said this is an implication for your inquiry. And if we as teacher leaders can somehow reflect that back. Like to say, Shannon, you said you wonder if a straightforward question in the lesson could help students unpack evidence. That's a direct, she said it's a direct implication for her instruction. When the question is straightforward, that could be the lesson that I use to teach kids how to unpack evidence. I don't even know if she's walking away with that, or even if she heard herself say that. So I think as a teacher leader, when we're thinking about listening, what we want to do is like give people those nuggets that they surface, but that we're not sure they actually caught that they surfaced. And if that's like a role we can have.
Also, when I was in their group, the questions that sat with me the most were the ones like, if we showed this to the kids, do you think they would be able to do this? Or what do the kids understand the evidence to be, instead of what's your definition of evidence?